Hey there, Board Game Brody here with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table, like this one here, Vantage by Stonemaier Games. So, you're in your spaceship, and all of a sudden you find yourself heading toward an uncharted planet separated from your companions. You now have complete freedom to explore, discover, and interact with this planet on whatever you see and whatever you want to do. You see your location as a first-person perspective, but you can communicate with the other players for support. But they have their own separate location that they see in first-person view as well via the card in front of them. So each player can only see what's in front of each player. The way to win in this game is by completing the mission that is randomly chosen through rolling dice, completing a destiny card, which could be found during your exploring, or securing an epic victory by completing both the mission and a destiny. This is not a campaign game, but each game is its own standalone kind of experience, and playing this game previously only brings with you the knowledge that you've learned about the world previously. Now, some stats here. You'll play one of 21 missions. You will play as one of 6 characters, and each player will crash on one of 126 different locations. You each will have a placeholder card, which is used to mark your place out of all of the location cards possible so that you can quickly return the card back and go to the next card quickly. In addition, look at all of these other standard cards that you could potentially interact with in some way or another. There is a main board that tracks your time, morale, and health for each player. These are important because if any player ever gets their marker down to 0 on any of these, the game ends, and you read the mission's entry in the take or the yellow storybook. All skill tokens, coins, and boost tokens are placed in piles nearby. You will take 8 challenge dice plus 2 more per each player in the game. These are placed on the challenge dice pool area, and you'll be rolling them throughout the game. The Book of Advantages has card number 000, and you will follow those instructions to gain your character and some starting tokens. These tokens are given to players with the first player starting with a little bit more than all the other players do, just because that player will roll 2 dice, and the results will determine starting locations for each player. Now, on your turn, you'll perform one action using skills contributed by any player to decrease the action cost, and then rolling challenge dice based on the costs to determine possible complications throughout whatever you're doing. As the game progresses, you might gain items or cards that will help you mitigate dice so that you won't end up losing what you rolled, which is time, morale, or health. So this is how it goes. Okay, only you can look at your current location card, but you can tell others what you see. You can read the description or share possible actions, other things that might come about, like cards you place out on the table. This is public information. Your action that you pick is either one of the listed actions on the right bottom of your location card, or movement with one of the 4 directions on the compass on the top right. You can only ever perform one location action per location unless a card says otherwise. This means that most likely you won't be able to do everything that you want to do, so you will have to choose and then move on to the next place. Each action is assigned to a color, and each color has like a base type of action with it. Blue is a move action, purple is a look action, orange is an engage action, green, help action, yellow, take action, and red is an overpower action. After choosing your action, another player takes the book of the matching color and looks up the number in that book shown on your location card. They then read the cost and the bold text. You can then decide to pay the same color tokens by any player to decrease the cost of it, and then whatever the cost remains, you will take that many challenge dice from the pool and roll them. A dash symbol is a blank result, a good result. These dice are placed into the penalty section automatically if you choose to do so. The U-turn symbol, this is a setback and can be returned back into the challenge dice pool slot to roll again in the future. With all other results, which are time, morale, and health, or even with the setback and the blank dice, you can decide to allocate them to dice spots on cards to not suffer penalties or also to gain boost tokens at times. You will have your character card, and as you collect other cards, they will be placed around your character card to make a 3x3 grid of possible cards that you can use. These cards most likely have dice slots to allocate your dice to. To do this, they need to match what's shown. Like, you will need to take the type of action shown on that card to allocate dice to it, or sometimes more specifically an action with a specific word of that color. Sometimes there is an icon, which means you have to be in specific locations with that matching icon to allocate dice there. Then there are specific results you might need to roll to allocate dice there. Sometimes when you also match the dice, you gain a boost when placing a die in that slot. Or the other way around, sometimes it costs a boost to be able to place your dice in that slot. Lastly, if there is a lightning bolt symbol, then any player can place a die on your slot if you allow them to do so. So you are only allowed to place dice on your cards with the slots plus any slots with lightning bolts from all the other players. There are some rules that will let you place dice on other players' locations, like if you are located in the same location, but it's not the majority of the time that you would be able to do that. For any dice that you could not or don't want to allocate to slots, then you suffer their penalties by moving back that many spaces on the track with either the time, the morale, or your health. Then the other players will read the action result from the book, many times giving you a new card or giving you a story that gives you options or letting you gain more action tokens or gaining time, morale, health, money, things like that. If the instructions say continue, then you must perform an additional action on that card, ignoring the restriction of only being able to take one of them. Sometimes it says you may continue, and in that case, you can choose to take another action this turn or decide not to. Cards will give you ways to add boost tokens to them, and will also list the ways to use your boost tokens to do the listed actions shown on that card. This is true for not only your character card, but other cards you gain while playing throughout the game as well, potentially. The second type of action you can take are your card actions. These are similar colored actions listed on your standard cards, like your character card or any other card surrounding it. When taking these actions, you will read the storybook entry in the matching color book and continue the same way with paying the cost, matching the action type either by using tokens to decrease the cost or rolling the dice to pay the cost. The last type of action you can take on your turn are the actions listed on the mission card or the destiny card. The same way you will read the section in the matching color book, matching the card number and paying its cost. And I forgot to mention, when you don't have enough dice available in the pool area to do your turn, then you will retrieve all of the dice from everyone's cards and place them back into the pool area. And now all dice allocation slots are available to use again. Your goal might be just to have fun and explore in this game, or to play for a certain amount of time, or you can end the game by completing either your mission or your destiny, or timing things out right to have an epic victory, completing both of your mission and your destiny as well. The cards will list how to do this. After the game is over, you will return the cards back in the slots in numerical order so that it's easy to set up next time you want to play the game. And, well, that's what you get with Vantage. A world to explore, a world to learn, and a fun system to do it with. If you are looking for a competitive Euro game, this is not it. If you are looking for a campaign game, this is not it. This is a more laid-back game, really about learning this world and exploring it and trying to survive while doing so. Just because things happen and you don't know what, the backstory is with all the alien life that you encounter or stuff that you see, but you get one chance to do an action with that location and then you move on. So this will make you continue to, progress in that story, learning about things, because you can't stay on the same location and just do all the actions there as possible. With time, you find ways that you'll figure things out, but it will take many plays to do that. The game is unique, and that's what makes this game shine most for me. I have played similar open world games with maybe slightly less mechanics with it. Lands of Galzir comes to mind, but Vantage feels like there is, more to explore with all those items that you can find in addition to all the locations. The dice system works wonderfully. You pick an action and then you kind of might have an idea of what you are doing, but you're not fully. And then you are told a number, and that's the number of dice that you need to roll with maybe that many penalties as well. But then you see from your cards and your tokens what might be a safer choice over another choice. Strategically, you need to manage the dice and decide, when might be a good time to do an action that might ask for a lot of dice, and hopefully you have a lot of dice allocation spots available for you. And when those spots are full, you might want to, play it safe for now and do maybe a safer action. The tokens are mainly used to get you going and to, have spares to help you when needed. But once you get the engine going with some cards, then, it'll help you mitigate penalties with the dice. If you get lost in your mission, then you can always take actions from the card to research and understand more what to do to complete the mission. Your cards are also easy to forget that you can take your actions from those as well. So there's no rush to going into the next location. So sometimes you just need to take an easy action and do what it says on one of your other cards. So the game is not really about being competitive with each other. It's not about points, money, or making the right choices. Even sometimes it's not even about winning, although you can make it your goal to win. The game is about learning the world, seeing new stuff, and as you play, understanding what is going on in this unexplored world. Again, this is Brody with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table, like this one, Vantage by Stonemaier Games. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We are working hard to bring to you videos like this one, so you know if these games are ones that you want to get to your own table.